All right, so like we alluded to earlier in the show, guys, this is what we've all been like biting at the bit to get to. Like we recasted the Lost Boys. We picked 8 really major parts from this movie and decided to recast it as if they are making it in 2025, 26, or any imminent year. And as Carly does, she put this out on Twitter to get some feedback from people just to see what they might have to say about this. And so many people respond, and we love it. It's so much fun to look through this.
Yeah, this is a heated topic. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about this.
People love this movie. This is a beloved, like 80s horror gem for sure. And it is to me too. Like this is the epitome of a comfort watch. I could throw this on anytime, any mood, and it's like a warm blanket for me. I love it. So, Twitter shout outs. Miss Carly, you can take those away.
Take the pill.
The pills. Right. Take the pills, guys.
All right. So, RP Lewis.
I love RP Lewis.
I do too.
He's awesome. At Mr. RP Lewis. So, after this movie, I may potentially be known as the worst casting producer in Hollywood, but you will know of me. We need to guarantee a green light from the executives so the Frog Brothers are recast with Pedro and Zendaya.
And I like that.
I do too. So Rebecca Ferguson will play Lucy Emerson. She's the right age. She's gorgeous. She has great range, and she's built up a lot of goodwill with audiences of Dune, Mission Impossible, and Silo.
It's such a good choice. Oh my god,
I agree. I was kind of jealous that I didn't pick her after I saw this. Like, okay,
it's very good. Mine's very expected, so prepare yourselves.
And then we have Lily Rose Depp will play Star. She's got that she's got that look that says, "I'm so hot that I must be half vampire, but you should flirt with me anyway."
Okay, hell yeah,
I like that.
And for Max, we'll get repeated cast invites to every morning show by having not one Depp, but 2.
Oh, real. Oh my god.
I like that one. I like that one.
That is very good too. And I'd see that for real. That's a very good choice. Mr. RP Lewis kills
that's our biggest fan.
I even like the Frog Brothers, dude. Like, that's funny.
That's pretty great.
Ooh, okay, then we have Fet Pet at Fet Pet. He asked Grok, and this is the list that it came up with.
Okay.
So he agrees that Gatton Matarazzo and Bill Skarsgård in Feldman and Sutherland's roles would actually fit pretty well.
Skarsgård, yeah.
Okay.
So he has it says for Grok says Michael Emerson is Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
Of course.
Which I knew that was, I figured that was going to be a pick. Then for Sam Emerson, we have Noah Jupe. I don't know who that kid is. I mean, apparently I've seen him in some stuff, but yeah. Then of course David is Bill Skarsgård, which again, that's a good choice.
I like that one. Yeah.
Too.
And then Star, we have Zendaya.
I'm not mad at that. It took everything I had not to pick that. So.
Right. I did think of it. I was like, I bet they would cast her. I bet they would.
Probably, yeah.
Then we have Lucy Emerson, who would be played by Toni Collette.
Okay.
I actually like that one.
I like that one too.
I love that one.
Then we have Max would be Mark Rylance. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so he was in Ready Player One as like the mystic guy. He was in Bridge of Spies.
Okay, yeah, I like him.
He's like a Mr. Everyday guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it says Edgar Frog would be played by Finn Wolfhard.
What is happening?
I
didn't see this list. Let me promise you that.
And then the last one is Alan Frog would be played by Gaten Matarazzo.
Okay.
So, yeah. And we got one more. All right. So then Ensuing Debacle at Ensuing Debacle. I don't know enough about the kids these days to cast the younger parts, but how about that's right. It was very hard.
Yeah.
But how about Courtney Cox for Diane Wiest and Ben Stiller for Ed Herman?
Honestly, I could definitely be into that.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
I like Ben Stiller, man. I think he's fun, and I've never seen him do like a super dark role.
Hmm.
Oh,
But
Permanent
Ooh.
Midnight.
I was just about to say that.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen
Where
that.
he plays the creator or the writer of Alf,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
who was
okay.
hooked on heroin while he was doing it.
Yes.
Oh,
And I
Which
kind of love
makes a
Courtney
lot of
Cox
sense.
from Scream, of course. Miss Gail Weathers.
Mhm.
She's an
her
icon.
terrible
It's amazing.
hair.
Only in part 3. Only in part 3. It looks like a dog chewed up her bangs, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
they're weird.
Yeah.
What's going on with the bangs? Like,
Ugh. And then also Nick Searcy for the grandpa, which I like that one.
Okay.
I like him.
I almost honorable mentioned Grandpa, but I
I
honorable
did.
mentioned the director just instant. So
You did. An
All
honorable
right,
mention.
that's it.
yeah, that was great, guys. Really, really good
Yes, thank you
choices.
so much for playing.
I'm mad at ChatGPT right now because I might have some crossover with that hoe.
Uh-oh.
And-
Yeah.
or Brock or whoever the fuck. Like, so yeah. there
I only
might be
have
some
one.
crossover coming out. All right. So first off, since neither of us saw anything new this week, we're gonna get started with Mr. Coach. Coach Dave, if you're nasty.
let's
Mr.
go.
Coach. And also funny story about Mr. Coach. I asked him today, I was like, because we didn't think he had seen the movie. I was like, what did you think of the movie? He was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw this because like every moment felt like deja vu. I was like, yeah. And it's also one of those movies too. So
Mhm.
Right. It's and like I'm like, I really expected this to be a lot scarier than it was. Like it was an 80s horror movie. Well, it's kind of horror as action, but
ooh, I like the
I love this.
very cool.
Oh
Sleep all day,
wow.
podcast all night. It's fun to be a fan. Oh, I love that.
to be a fan.
Even better.
BB.
I figured I would leave in the typo just because all the blood red looks so good.
We're
Oh,
one
it does.
7-finger hand away from perfection on this. Very good, sir. Did
I
you have
didn't take one of
honorable
those.
mentions?
I did have honorable mention.
Okay.
You
Here
can
we
slide
go.
to it. So I cast David's crew.
Okay.
So brought
I
in
thought
a
about
couple
that
of,
too.
Mhm.
and then I chose to give him a crew of Hunter Schafer.
Oh, I toyed with her a
Okay.
lot.
And she could be plugged into a bunch of places on this, but I thought it'd be best as kind of like one of the crew, Alex Winter, Justice Smith,
Okay.
from the one you and I both like, Chad. What was the movie?
I mean, he was in
I saw the TV
D&D
Glow.
Honor Among
I saw the
Thieves.
TV Glow and stuff like that.
Yeah, Honor Among
And,
Thieves. That's one.
Pikachu.
Yeah, and a lesser guy, Ty Simpkins.
Okay. These are good. That's good choices for
It's not
real.
bad, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. All right.
I
Next
believe
one.
the next slide is my Frog Brothers.
Okay.
Mm.
So we started
Okay.
with the 1987. I changed it to the Frog Siblings,
So did I.
and I had Gaten Matarazzo from Stranger Things that pretty much I think everybody might actually have, and I had him with McKenna Grace from the Ghostbusters movies.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
I like
great.
her.
That's
Because
a
I thought
great
the-
pair.
Between the two of them, you'd have like the bickering siblings thing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
They
like
look
that.
like they make sense together and stuff. Mine look a little bit less like they make sense, but it's still.
I mean, to be fair, the characters in the movie don't look like they're really related either.
This is true.
Right.
So-
You do look annoyed though.
Yeah, very good. This is excellent.
Mhm.
Well done.
I love it.
Alrighty. Let's go to the next slide. So
Sam.
for Corey Haim's Sam. Uh-oh,
Okay.
did I step on toes?
Keep going.
Keep going.
So, I
Keep going.
chose Oscar nominee who has actually aged very well, Jacob Tremblay.
That's a great
Uh,
choice.
Awesome
Uh,
choice.
Because when I rewatched, Corey Haim kind of came off like a whiny bitch. And,
Definitely.
Like he didn't really give any depth to it. So I thought bringing in Jacob, Tremblay, who I think would be age appropriate,
Mhm.
considering my Frog Brothers, I thought he would
Mhm.
work there.
Yeah, I'd like that.
He
Very
does.
good. Definitely.
Great
All right.
choice.
Next
Mhm.
one.
So
Oh.
for
Oh,
Diane Weiss, who
that's
was an
so
Oscar-nominated actress at the time, I chose to go with an Oscar winner, which is Olivia Colman, where I didn't want to make her too sexy, where like Diane Weiss is a very attractive woman. However, she's not hot.
No, she's just cute. She's
Yes.
Yeah.
She's not
The
what you think of
mom.
as a sex symbol. She's
Yes.
like,
Whereas
cute mom.
Olivia Colman could play a single mom very well.
I agree.
Mhm.
That's really good. That's a very
Great
I
good
really
choice.
like that one. Yeah.
Because mine's too expected here, and I'm mad at it. That's fine.
All right. Next we have Mac. So
Mhm.
Oh,
a lot of the people I saw was giving Max way too much credit for how cool he was.
mhm.
With everything from Pedro Pascal to whatever, but I just saw him as a nerd who just tried too hard. And even though wherever the spoiler release on this is what he is, I chose to take a somewhat geeky, nerdy Stephen Merchant,
That's
who
good.
I think
That's
would
good.
be interesting into what Max becomes at the end.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna spoil it. He's
He's a
one of the
vampire.
vampires.
Yeah.
He's a
He's a
vampire.
vampire. Yeah.
He's the head vampire.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somehow I had the pictures line up perfectly where they're both
Yes.
looking in the same direction. and
Well
everything.
done.
The head tilt and everything is great.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
really good for real. All right, next one.
Okay, so my Michael and Sky. I wanted
Okay.
to get all of the executives to go nuts because this is going to be the reunion of normal people.
Okay.
So instead of Jason Patrick and Jamie Gertz, we now have Paul Mescal and Daisy Edgar Jones.
Okay. Recently in Twisters.
Yes, she was recently in Twister, but
Mhm.
both of them kind of their big break to the tween audience and the millennial audience was the show Normal People.
Okay.
So I'm reuniting them.
I love it. This is so good. God, you did really good. This is so good,
No
dude.
kidding.
Finally, we have the star of the show.
David.
Kiefer Sutherland's David is now going to be played by, yes, they made a move, Austin
Yes.
Butler.
Austin Butler. I thought about him so many
I did
times.
too.
For real.
He was
Me
almost
too.
my pick.
Yeah.
When I was
He's got a-
going through the pictures, I was kind of between him and someone else, and then I saw the pictures of him with the black hair from Elvis,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, yes, we need the dark brooding. Yes, Kiefer had the highlights and everything, but we need like dark brooding, shadow under his eyes type, almost gothic Austin Butler for this.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Very good. You
And that's
did.
the Austin,
Mhm.
and that's Lost Boys 2025.
You killed it, bro. That was
Love
a
it.
really good one.
I would
Right.
watch that.
Real. So it is interesting because I think that we're going to see that maybe there is a little bit of crossover, but in different ways than what we might have previously suspected. As we bring up my red and black
Wait,
monstrosity.
Dad.
Did you choose Olivia Colman for David?
Okay, right. I would. I almost changed David to a female. I was so close.
I thought about it too. Yeah,
That could have been interesting.
I thought about it,
Interesting
and
dynamic.
it was hard not.
yeah.
I,
Like you could go like Mean Girls, like
Yeah.
Mean Girls style of this thing.
I mean, the title is what kept me from doing that. I'm not against stuff like that necessarily.
Right.
I'm like, this is the Lost Boys. Like, I have to like be realistic about like what I'm doing here. So, all right. So I do have an honorable mention here, and my honorable mention I thought was interesting to choose a director for this. If of anyone working today, the person I would love to see remake this because I think it would be so incredibly interesting, whatever his take would be on it,
Jim
is
Henson.
going to be Ty West.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Recently of the
I
X
love it.
trilogy and the House of the Devil and the Innkeepers, and
Okay.
he's excellent. He's
Mhm.
excellent at taking a time period of a film and just recreating that. And I don't want to necessarily see him just recreate this movie, but I think he would just absolutely like his vision. He's so smart about how he does everything with all of his films, and I would love this.
I would too.
So, first up, we're going to have the Frog Brothers, or as Coach did, they're the Frog siblings to me. And I chose Finn Wolfhard and Alicia Weir, who was recently in Abigail.
Yes.
She looks a little bit young in this picture. I think in reality, she's like 15, 16 years old. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
And they don't necessarily look alike, but I mean, neither do the originals.
Mhm.
But I just think it would be such a good thing. I think Finn Wolfhard looks kind of nerdy, and like he would just play this sort of like manic, nerdy role so well. And I think she's just such a standout. Like I think she would become the scene stealer of this for sure. And yeah, the Frog siblings, guys.
Frog sibling.
Love it.
Okay, so next, I have Tony Collette.
There you
Oh,
go. Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I just love her so much. She's excellent in everything that she's in. I think this is a very expected choice for this, but I
Mhm.
would not be mad at this choice. I think
No.
she's one of my favorite actresses working. I know she is like on record saying she doesn't exactly love doing horror movies, even though she's in a lot of them.
But
But I just think she would absolutely kill it in this role. And it's very much like kind of what Coach said too. She's not like sexy in that like bombshelly, like sexy kind of way. She's just like
Mhm.
an attractive mom, like can absolutely pull that role off and would kill it here. I
And
think she
she
would absolutely kill it.
she was the mom in Fright Night too, right? The remake.
Oh, that I
Wasn't
don't
she?
know.
Well,
I
and
think she
She
was.
was hereditary, right?
Yeah, she was in Hereditary, and I don't know about the Fright Night remake. I haven't seen that one,
With
but
Colin
I've
That's a
heard
Farrell.
good
good
things
one.
about
It's
it.
a good one.
Right.
It's fun.
I have heard good things. But yeah, Toni Collette, you can be in anything, girl. I love you.
Hmm.
Next, we have Alex Wolff
Oh,
as
okay.
Michael, and he was in Hereditary.
Mhm.
He was also most recently in A Quiet Place Day One, and I just like his look. I mean, that's kind of what it boils down to. He's incredible in Hereditary. If you haven't seen that movie, guys, let me scream about it. It's so amazing. One of the best horror movies ever made, in my opinion. And I just think he would absolutely kill this role, like as just a regular kid who is struggling with darkness and temptation. And I mean, that's kind of what you see, I guess, in Hereditary in a way too. But I just think his look, like, really
It's got
would
the
work.
eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. All right. My next casting choice is going to be Mia Goth as
Okay.
Star. I love
You
her.
love her. You love
I
her
think
so
she-
much.
She's insanely sexy. I think Star has to be insanely sexy, tempting, alluring, all of that. And there's just something. I mean, Jamie Gertz is very like traditionally pretty, whereas Mia Goth is a little bit more interesting looking. She's not as cookie cutter kind of. And I'm not like shitting on like Jamie Gertz. She's beautiful, but Mia Goth just has this look about her, and I think
She
it
stands out.
definitely. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. And I think it would fit this vampire thing. And I just think like her energy, her aura, all that would like really
100%.
sell this, like, come
The
join
scene,
us.
yeah, the scene of her in the crowd, I could absolutely see Mia Goth like
Oh yeah.
just standing out from everybody else in the crowd as Michael's trying to just eye her down.
For sure.
Yeah, that'd be
So,
cool.
I would live for this. But I also thought about her too for the role of David. I thought about it.
Mm.
And my
That's
other
good.
we're not to David yet, but even that we know I cast a man, the other person that I considered for that role was Hunter Schafer. So,
Nice.
and next we have Max. And I
Ooh.
chose Jesse Plemons because I think he's unassuming, he's normal as fuck, but he can be called upon, as we saw in Civil War, to be absolutely terrifying. That was like the most terrifying
Ruthless.
5 minutes of film last year. And I think once and I could see it too. Like, it just makes sense. He's just normal, regular, like kind of how Max is. Max is nerdy for sure, but like I could see him also like doing that, but then like flipping that switch and like actually coming across as menacing and scary. And I think it would kind of amp up what Max does because it's a little bit schlocky in a way, The Lost Boys. And I'm not shitting on that movie. I love it. But I think this would take it in a slightly more serious direction. And
As long as I don't go too crazy dark with it.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, it still has to kind of maintain sort of the same feel as the original.
Mhm.
But I think it could just like elevate just a teeny tiny bit. And I think
Yeah, it's one of
Jesse
those like
Plemons could do that.
if they are a little more specific with the rules, they seem to bend the rules of vampires
Sure.
a little bit in this
Yeah.
one. But yeah, I see this one 100%.
And I
like
I
it.
think Jesse Plemons is kind of hot too. He was a little hotter when he was kind of chubbier a little bit, but it's fine. Whatever. Lose your weight, homie.
Mhm.
Be fit, king.
Mhm.
And I have Gaten Matarazzo as Sam. I feel it. He's nerdy. He's kind of annoying. Like, he could come across as kind of annoying. He's just like a regular kind of like impressionable kid. I thought about him for the Frog Brothers, which I think is the more expected choice, but I could just see him like absolutely killing this role and being that relatable, like kind of normal teen that is supposed to lead us through this movie. And I think he would be very good here. And my connection, because of course, like the Coreys were like a big thing in the 80s and shit. So they were in a lot of movies together and that kind of stuff. So that was sort of like my connection here in a way too, with him and Finn Wolfhard as like the Wolf brothers. Like
Right.
they're both from Stranger Things, or the Frog
Mhm.
brothers. They're both from Stranger
Brothers, yeah.
Things and all that kind of stuff. So I tried to also sort of tie that in a little bit, but yeah, my choices, guys. And I would watch the fuck out of this movie. I would be thrilled if they announced this casting, this director, and said we're remaking the Lost Boys. I would pre-buy tickets and I would absolutely be there. So yeah, that my choices, guys. Oh wait, no, we still have one more. We have
Yeah, one
David.
more.
Oh
Come on.
my god, I'm really excited for this one. We saw it earlier, but as a different character. But Paul Mescal as David. I mean, my
Ooh.
God. He always picks very cool, like I think edgy roles for the most part. He looks kind of unassuming, sort of like Kiefer Sutherland does,
Mhm.
but he could absolutely go to that like dark, sort of like punk rocky place, and I think absolutely pull it off. And I just think like his look is good. I love him as an actor. He's incredible, and yeah, Paul Mescal.
I'd love to
would be
see
my
him
David.
with like the platinum blonde
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
with
spike
this.
hair,
Like, yeah.
earrings. and-
This is when I struggled with like a tiny bit, just from like sort of an age standpoint. I think he's 28 in real life. I mean, he could
Yeah.
definitely play younger for sure,
Mhm.
but also David's a vampire, so you can get away
Right.
with that a little bit. It's not like they're going
Yep.
to school together or any of that. kind of crap.
yeah.
So I think this would really, really work. And I just sort of like the edginess of this. And like my Timothy Chalamet, this is where I wanted to put Timothy Chalamet because I can see him as the David role as well.
I could too.
He tends to pick like edgy sort of roles, and I could really see him there. But yeah, Paul Mescal, let's fucking hit it, dude. Lost Boys, call me, guys, call me, and I'll call all these people. We'll get this shit together. Let's go.
Copyright 2025, Scene Invaders.
Okay, right, yeah, exactly. Oh wait, help.
Going back.
Sorry, guys, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. So next up, we're gonna have Mr. Brad from Canada. Mr. Brad from
Alright.
Canada. What could you have possibly chosen to recast the classic that is the Lost Boys? Oh my God, look at that! So good. Wait, do they have maple leaf eyes? Oh, I thought they did for a second. I got
no,
really
no,
excited.
they got red eyes. No, that is me absolutely panicked trying to figure out. Oh my God, do I know any young actors? I
This
don't.
was hard. The young actors were really hard. Dude.
Optimus Prime is playing.
Well, yeah, sure. I think Peter Cullen would be great.
Mhm.
You know, Peter Cullen can play anything, so I don't care. But
Okay, right, real. Do you have any honorable mentions, Brad?
I do have one.
Okay, we're gonna move to the honorable mention. Oh, okay. Wait, who is that?
That's
that
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Oh. Amazing.
The saxophone player that absolutely stole everybody's heart and curiosity of what the hell is that for. I think that would be kind of one of those fun things that Brad Pitt would just say, sure, I cameo on that.
As he should. And I cannot remember the good man's name. I know Carly knows. She'll be back in a second. But
Yeah, she's out doing grown-up stuff.
okay.
But yeah, I just think Brad Pitt with the hair and just that look that I picked would pretty much sing it for.
What movie is this from with Brad Pitt?
That's from Troy.
Troy.
It's Troy. Okay,
Yep.
yes, that's when he's getting up to go kill the big 7-foot tall dude.
Tim
Yep.
Capella is the saxophone.
Tim Capella.
Yeah, that's his.
Yeah, because every time I typed in the Lost Boys,
Yeah,
Tim
no
Capella
shit.
popped up every
Tim
time.
Capella. It sounds like like one of those infomercials, like Tim Capella's Electronics Warehouse.
Yes.
50% off, going out of business. Come to Tim Capella's.
Right. Oh, and Carly's back just in time for Tim Capella.
Wait, did you recast motherfucking Tim Capello?
Yes, I
What
did.
the fuck, dude?
As Brad Pitt, bitch.
Fuck. That's some bullshit.
Oh, please. No, I
How
said
dare
I
you, sir? How
Brad Pitt
dare
There's been a
you?
break
Would-
in the Scene Invaders
It
group
has.
chat.
How dare you?
Carly has now left the group chat.
It's kind of
I
a
just
fun one,
thought
though.
it would be so
It is.
hilarious for Brad Pitt to pop in for the little 2 minutes just as a cameo and do it for a cup of coffee or something, you know?
Yep.
It's his
All right,
version
ready?
of Scotty Doesn't Know.
That's
Are you ready for
exactly
your
it.
Frog Brothers, sir?
All right, my Frog Brothers, I went a very different direction.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
I actually am not mad at this at all.
No, I'm no, but like, go ahead, go, Brad, go.
Okay, you have the Frog Brothers that seem to have seen everything, seem to know everything, hang out at a comic store, and not for nothing, kids don't hang out at comic stores anymore. Now it's
Not anymore.
old men.
Yeah, right.
So I picked two of the coolest old men
Oldest
I
men
could,
possible.
Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill, because I just think that their weight of acting and just playing off each other would be pretty intoxicating. And seeing Harrison Ford navigate through a comic store as excited Mark Hamill does the exact same thing as they teach the kid, just, hey man, we've seen some stuff. You know, I just
Dude, this was so smart.
This is brilliant. This
Yeah.
is brilliant.
I don't know why this didn't even cross my mind. Like, God, it's such a great idea. Fuck, I'm mad. Now I want to see this movie.
yeah, I don't know if Harrison Ford would do it, but you know, money.
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 It's a big
He's-
IP.
he likes being wealthy.
Mhm.
So yes, we can move
Next one.
on.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
I
like
went-
this for real.
Mhm.
Mhm.
For somebody that has just, again, gravity.
Mhm.
Somebody that can command a room and be very unassuming at the same time. So
Sure.
yeah, for Lucy, I went with Sandra Bullock
Yeah,
because
that's a great choice.
yeah. I think she's not traditionally beautiful. She can be,
Sure.
but she doesn't have to be.
Mhm.
I mean, I think
She's like an all-American woman.
yeah, and I think
All-American
makeup
girl.
does wonders for her, or it doesn't have to.
Mhm.
Not that she
Sure.
needs it, and I think it's just more of a natural beauty, and just her inquisitive nature. I think she could pull that off pretty well.
Yeah. This is great. Good,
Mhm.
good job, man. And
Thank
you said you haven't seen this since it came out, basically. So
I have not seen this.
you're operating off memory, homie.
Oh my!
Oh man.
I was 20 years old
Okay.
last time I saw it, so that's
Wow.
1,700 years ago.
Okay.
I'm 77.
Okay.
You look really good for your age.
You look amazing for
Really,
77.
yeah, I'm really
Holy shit.
I'm a
impressed.
vampire.
Look at all that hair. Wow.
It's a
Right,
wig.
he's a vampire, right?
It's a wig.
All right,
All right,
next
so we
slide,
can
sir. All right. Oh yeah,
Now-
I thought about him 100 times. Yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
I don't know if it was just the picture of
It's
the
a
hair
great
or the
cast.
background, but
Mhm.
Jake Elordi as Michael Emerson, I think he has I don't want to say lazy eyes, but just like the sultry eyes that can
The-
turn
Dead
fire.
stare.
Yeah, just the dead eyes, like a dollar's eyes. Yeah, I think he can pull that off. And look at that jaw.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look at that fucking jawline.
Mhm.
That's a
You know what?
jaw.
Recasting this, I forgot how freaking pretty Jason Patrick is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's very good looking.
Like he's stunning too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so stunning that the K went away in his name.
That's not even his real name. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
What's his real name?
Oh God, I'd have to look it up, but it's not Jason Patrick.
Oh, I
It's
didn't know.
something
Like
like
Sipowicz or
completely
something.
different. It's something completely different. I was like, whoa, I had no idea. It's crazy.
It's Kurt Affair or something like that. Yeah.
Kurt Affair.
Yeah. I loved Jake Elordi in
Me too. Saltburn.
the Saltburn was
John Anthony Miller the Third.
Oh my god.
oh,
Okay.
so it's Jam the Third?
Wait, what is his name?
John.
John.
Sorry, here we go.
Okay.
John Anthony Miller the Third.
I would have
Okay.
changed my name to Jason Patrick too.
Wait,
that.
man. Your initials are Jam. Hey, I'm Jam the
Okay.
Third.
Game
Carly,
three.
have you seen Saltburn, by the way?
I have not. No.
Oh my
Oh, it's
god.
great.
Don't watch it with your husband, but watch it. For real.
I think I understand where you're coming from when you say that.
Yeah, don't.
We'll have to.
Yeah, bathtub.
Okay.
This is a like just white by yourself one night.
I've heard about.
It's
the
so
bathtub
good though.
scene.
It's so
Okay.
Yes.
so good. We
Okay.
all love this. Like, yeah, it's great.
And
Yeah,
that
Saltburn.
year, I think it was the Scene Invaders #1 of the year.
It
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah,
Including the
they
bathtub
got
scene.
no Oscars. That's how talented we are at this.
Yes.
Except for Rosamund Pike, yeah. I mean, I wasn't on Scene Invaders at that time. And I
Rosamund
think
Pike.
on my top 10 that year,
I just
think it
don't like
landed at my
women. They're
number
just too wet.
Too much.
10. God, you're so
Yeah,
moist.
so-
Fuck. Okay, I hate myself. Okay, next slide.
Yeah, Jacob Elordi.
Oh, let's
I
go.
went
Yeah.
with Zoe Kravitz for
Yes.
star.
Mhm.
I feel that for real.
Just because I don't know, man. I've always liked just the way she moves. And I think movement is very important in a vampire movie, just to give a bit of like confusion on, okay, what's up with her? And she's got the eyes. She is stunningly beautiful. And if you want to stand out in a crowd, you look like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
absolute facts. I actually saw, so she is a musician as well. Her artist name, or I don't know if it's a band or just her solo name or whatever, is Lola Wolf.
Oh, cool.
So I actually saw her open up for another artist called Twin Shadow several years ago in Columbus, Ohio. And it was the single sexiest concert I've ever been to in my entire life.
Oh, cool.
It just was hot as fuck. She's hot. He was hot. It was hot. Everything was hot.
Very hot.
And yeah, that's an
It's
amazing
like
choice.
seeing her mom sing "Baby, I Love Your Way."
Yeah, right. God. Yeah, great casting, sir. My God,
Thank you.
everybody's killing this shit for
No
real.
kidding.
My God. Okay, next one.
Next one. Now, Mr. Lewis and I have something in common.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know why. I just thought that Johnny Depp could do this very well. He can play the nerd. He can play the older character. He can play stylish. He can play anything. It's Johnny
Uh-huh.
Depp.
Yeah,
And I just think that
that's a good photo of it.
Mhm.
it was the scene at dinner where that kind of really that's the scene that really just sunk in my head.
Mhm.
And I could see Mr. Depp playing that kind of almost schlubby, but it's like Clark Kent turning into Superman,
Sure.
kind of just getting edgy and just getting angry and just getting more serious. And I think he could pull that off really well.
I agree. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is good. Good choice.
Thank you.
And that would bring some clout to your shit, I think.
What, you talking Brad Pitt not playing saxophone? No clout.
Okay, right.
Come on now. Come
That's
on
real.
now.
I'm for Brad Pitt. Stay for Johnny Depp.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Exactly. Brad
And the
Pitt's
Star
like,
Wars guys too. Come on.
Okay, true. All right, ready for next one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. I also picked Jacob Tremblay because he's young and I don't know young actors, so I just kind of hey,
Fair, totally
this
fair.
guy's young. I bet
He
you can
looks
act.
kind of like Sam.
He does not look like him.
Yeah.
This was such a
I think it's a
throwaway.
great like look match for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going with, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I did this like 5 minutes before I sent my slides because I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about this kid. Because everybody in the group chat reminded me that, yeah, you're missing one, dude. And I'm like, who? And I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. Oh, this will be hard. So I'm like, just
Because last night my existential crisis, I was like, I can't figure out Sam. I don't know,
No.
guys.
well, I mean, I gotta completely throw out my laptop because I don't want it in my search history. Really young boy actors.
Okay, right.
I don't want
That's
that
why you
out.
have to put an age range. Not
Yeah, I did an
I
age range.
don't know how to. I don't know how to computer. Come on, this is hard.
He's
better than
77,
me.
guys. Let's be real.
That's true.
So yeah, this kid that I have no idea what he's done.
He's a good
done-
actor.
Is he good? Awesome.
He
is.
It is a good
Jeez.
choice. I mean,
It is.
All right. I'm
Wait,
not
ready
sorry.
for David. Is that what's next? Is David?
Should be, I think.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
on.
Yeah.
There
It
it is.
definitely
All that
moved.
dark
Fine.
hair, especially.
It definitely moved with Austin Butler playing David because I don't know. There's not a thing that I don't like this guy in. And
I
that
agree.
sounded weird.
Okay.
Um,
You
I
like
think
what
he
you
would
like?
bring. I think he would bring gravitas and just the sultry, just the complete sex appeal that a vampire should. Like, because they're either horribly disgusting or ridiculously sexy.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
David was ridiculously sexy, and so is Austin Butler.
I think he would have really been an interesting Michael as well, because I could have seen him like
I kind of
take that
danced with that
journey.
too,
Right.
but I couldn't. He was either going to be Michael or David, and
Yeah.
when I was picked him as Michael originally, then when I got to David, I'm like, who the hell can play David?
Sure.
And yeah,
Right. That's
I
the tough part is
Yeah,
David needs to be the alpha of even though he has his demise,
Yeah.
he needs to die the alpha, and then basically whoever's left can still be a beta.
I
yeah,
will say for a minute,
pretty much.
I toyed around with the idea of Kiefer Sutherland as Max, but he just was
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
too
true.
old for it,
Mhm.
unfortunately. And I was
I
just
also
like,
think he's a
yeah,
little too short. That's just my
No.
opinion.
that could
Listen,
be.
I was going to have Corey Feldman play the saxophone, but I thought Carly would have
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh god, that's even worse than Brad Pitt. Woo! At least Brad Pitt looks. Poor Corey Feldman.
Well,
Whatever.
Brad,
I'm sure he's got way
I
more
thought
money
you
to
killed
do
this, bruh. Like, very good.
Well, I am
Mhm.
honestly like to make up for the not knowing the young actors, so I picked old actors. I'm really happy with my Frog Brothers.
Yeah. Oh
Yes,
my
I am
god.
no-
and Lucy.
That was the
That's
best
right.
choice. Fuck, I'm
Right.
jealous of it.
I know. I just played mine straight, so
If I
I
if I
just
could
went
rethink
too
this, I would have
octogenarians.
thought.
Just that's like having Stadler and Waldorf. Just basically,
Yes. And not for nothing, those Frog
if I
Brothers,
would have
they
cast
were
the Frog Brothers as Muppets, Stadler and Waldorf would have been the Frog Brothers.
because they were opinionated, they were a little aggravating, and they seemed to pretend to be the smartest guys in the room. And you didn't really take it serious with children, and I know you would not take it serious at all with older men.
Right. I mean, I thought I was being cool picking like one of them as a girl. I was like,
Yes.
oh, we changing things up. But no, you really thought it through. And like
Changed
you had a
things
good yeah,
Well, because
boy.
kids don't go to comic stores anymore. Old men do.
that's true. Chris and I were in one recently, and I can assure you that that is the case because
I
it was
go every
all, like,
Wednesday.
men in
Yes,
their
I know.
30s and 40s.
Yes, I know. It's sad. No, it's not. It's fun. You like what you like.
And now it is time. That was my drum roll. I don't know. For the iconic.
Blue and yellow, blue and
Yeah.
yellow, blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow.
And I know you said you have honorable mention, right?
You also have mute on.
Carly?
You also have mute.
Oh my God, right.
It's mute.
So what
Yeah.
did you say all that before? Were
I
you like
said-
cussing us out?
Blue
You're
and
custom.
yellow.
Oh, okay.
No, I just said blue and yellow.
I thought I was
You're
muted. I got
saxophone guy.
No. Mm-mm.
I
Do you have
tender my
honorable mentions?
resignation.
The
via Brad Pitt.
honorable mentions are at the end.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yep.
All
It
right.
is. That might have been a smarter way to do the honorable mentions on this one. Just saying.
And so I just want to preface before we start on mine that I had a conversation with one of my good friends, Aaron, almost an hour-long conversation where we like had just a great time just going through the cast, trying to figure out who we would recast in this. So I'm really, I did want to let you know that he was a big part in helping me narrow down a lot of these.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Aaron, shout out to you.
That's
homie.
right. He's
You're the best,
awesome.
Aaron.
And I have like total respect for the source material. Not saying that you guys don't, but I went very serious with everything.
Okay.
So that's all.
There it is.
So I'm ready for the first one.
first slide.
All right. So
Oh, wow.
for Edgar Frog, I have Aidan Gallagher,
Okay.
which I really liked him in the Umbrella Academy.
Mhm.
I have not seen
Mhm.
this.
I think he's a
Yeah,
really, I think it's funny
Well, I
because
get-
Gaten Matarazzo kept coming up as one of the Frog brothers, but
I know.
I felt like Aiden is the better actor, so I would really prefer him as Edgar in
Okay.
that role, and the other
Sure.
guy, Gaten, as Alan.
Very nice.
Second string. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
No, good. Very good.
I like that.
All right. Next one.
All right.
Here it goes.
All right. For Lucy Emerson, I have
Whoa.
Linda.
Oh.
Cardellini, and
I
I
love
liked her.
that.
Yeah, I liked her because she's kind of within the right age range. She looks like a non-assuming mom. I looked up her height. She's very short. I think she's like 5'3".
Okay.
So I was like, I want to keep Lucy small, unassuming mom.
Sure.
So I thought she'd be a great pick for this role.
You need her
I
like
love that.
throw some Ann Taylor Loft on her, and she is Lucy. Like, I mean, let's be real.
I think she just screams mom.
She's the inspiration for Sarah Marshall.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I
The
didn't
real
know.
life inspiration for Sarah Marshall. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
love that movie.
Good to know.
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
excellent. Great choice, man.
All right, I'm ready for my next one. All right, now we have Michael
Wow.
Emerson we've got Zolo Meriduane. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm not even
We
going to
got
try
Cobra
it.
Kai.
Yes, Cobra Kai guy.
Okay,
Kai
that
So-
works.
Blue Beetle himself.
I looked at his name and I was
Or
like,
Blue
I
Beetle.
don't
Cobra
know.
Die.
Yeah, I liked him because, I mean, he looks kind of like Michael. I think
Definitely.
he's young enough to play the role. Because it was really hard for me to try to find someone that is even masculine enough looking for the role.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
With the newer actors, I was having a really hard time with it. And
God, no shit.
I think that he
Yeah.
can bring that dark, brooding type, energy that that Jason Patrick brought to Michael's role. So
I mean, not to shit on young actors, but like I had Finn Wolfhard as one of my brothers, and I was like, why does he look like a grandma in
I
every
know.
one of these photos? Like, what is happening?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just everybody looks very
Androgynous.
soft.
Yes.
You know, they have very angular looks, and there's a femininity to it. I mean, it looks cool and everything, but it just trying to recast something from the '80s, which was. I mean, other than like rock stars and stuff, but everybody had like they were men's men kind of thing, and it was
Sure.
really hard to just to thread the needle. And I think you did this fantastic.
Yeah,
Riley.
look wise, this looks amazing.
you.
I'm not
So
sure
good.
who he is, like as far as like what I've seen him in, but the look.
I feel like he could pull
Oh.
it off, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would be interesting because you're used to seeing him kind of. I guess I want to say maybe the last season that I watched of Cobra Kai was like season 3, but I liked him when I saw it, so
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
think
he's a
it'd be
good actor.
nice.
Hmm.
Mhm.
This is our Michael, guys. All right, next one.
Yep.
Okay.
Right then for Star, we have Daphne Keene.
Okay. That's a great choice.
I love
the
this
best pick.
picture of her. Yeah,
that's
as
the best
soon
pick.
as my friend, and I'm gonna have to say it, my friend Aaron was the one that suggested her, like, first off. I was like, oh shit. He was like, he said her name, and I was like, oh, X23? And I was like, oh, I don't know if I can imagine her in that role. And then he showed me this picture. I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
This is totally Star.
Now I can imagine it.
Yes. And she's
Yeah,
the
no.
right age. It's perfect.
It
Yeah,
looks
I think
amazing.
that's the one I would cast.
She looks great.
Yeah.
hmm
All right, next one.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So for Max, we have
Oh,
Vince Vaughn.
Wow.
And
Okay.
oh man, he was kind of, it was funny. My friend Aaron originally suggested Kiefer Sutherland. And
Yeah.
I was like, he is not tall enough. I was like, how tall is he? I was like, oh, 5'9". I was like, no, he's got to be tall.
I just
like-
thought he was too old. That was my problem.
Yeah, he's a little old too, but Vince Vaughn may be a little old too, but I love how tall he is, how just he's such a good actor. I can totally see him in this kind of charming role, but
Yeah.
then can also be scary when he
Turned
needs to
very
be.
imposing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think he is like, yeah, like you said, he's tall, he's big, he's imposing. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I feel that for sure. That's an amazing choice for real.
Good.
Yeah, I
And
like
like
the
some of y'all have like chosen things that like never even crossed my mind. I'm like, damn, that's such a good fucking like choice. God. Yeah.
Yep. And
Good
then
one, man.
it's the next one. Sam. Okay. Jason.
that was the popular choice. tonight,
Yes,
guys.
yes. I mean, what did you expect us to check? To choose? This is the
Yeah.
one. I think we all kind of agree, for the most part, that Jacob Tremblay would be the best pick for this.
The best three-way actor.
Or
Mhm.
Gaten Matarazzo. I mean, just saying. I mean, just saying.
Yeah, he's a pretty good one too. He's good. He's good. But
But
yeah.
no.
Sorry,
good
Chad. We
choice.
have to cast this boy.
Okay, I mean,
Sorry.
like it's 3 out of 4. So yeah, like absolutely.
But yeah, there's not really. There goes
Oh.
Dave. There's not much more that I can add to this one though that you guys haven't already said.
Real. And then David. Oh, I'm dying.
Yes, this is the one I'm waiting for.
Mhm.
If it's Austin Butler, I'm gonna fucking scream.
It's not,
Okay, there it is.
Well, Coach and I have huge crush on him.
but it almost
Oh.
was because it came down to Bill Skarsgård or Austin Butler for David.
I
Yeah.
thought about Bill Skarsgård a million times.
Mhm.
Me
For
too.
real.
Me too.
I just-
And
Yeah, I had to pick him. He's really tall. He's imposing. His
Hi, Coach, you're
eyes.
back. Paul Tremblay, in case you missed it, was Sam.
Okay.
So-
Yeah,
Jacob.
Got
Jacob
it. We hit
Tremblay.
Connect
Jacob,
4 on
Jacob.
it. No
Or
problem.
I'm sorry.
No,
Jacob.
Paul. I don't know who Paul Tremblay
Paul Tremblay,
is.
that's a mixture between you and ours.
Paul Mescal. Yeah.
Paul Mescal and Jacob Tremblay.
But yeah,
Yeah, Bill
no.
Skarsgård, he could totally pull this off.
Definitely.
Mhm.
And he is a little on the older side. He's like 33, but I was like, fuck it. David's a vampire, so who cares?
Agreed.
Yep.
So
He
That's why
floats.
I went with Paul Mescal. Yeah.
Yeah, he floats when he walks, just like Timothy Oliphant.
Yes.
Call back. Sorry.
Yeah, this
You
was
still wrecked him
amazing.
for me, Carly. You
Mhm.
totally wrecked Timothy Oliphant
I'm
for me.
sorry.
because whenever I see him.
I know we always say this with any of our special topics, guys, but this was far and away. the
No, we're still not
No,
done.
No, we're not
Oh,
done.
we ain't done yet.
Oh, yeah, you have
We
honorable
got 2 more
mentions.
We
slides.
got honorable mentions, baby.
We have additional
shit.
characters.
Okay.
So for Grandpa Emerson, we have
Yes.
J.K. Simmons.
Nice. That's
So
perfect.
And I think he would be a good survivalist. I think we need to make Grandpa all jacked. I think I'd like to see a jacked version of Grandpa,
I agree,
especially with
yeah.
all of the stuff that he has in the house, you know. So
But he's not spraying Windex on himself because he doesn't want those chemicals on his body or whatever. Like, I can see that.
that's right.
It has to be all natural.
And then we have one more.
All right.
All right, Tim Capello,
Oh.
aka Sexy Sax Man / Beach Concert Star, which is what he is listed as in the credits.
Sexy Satch, man.
Beach
Beach
Concert Star. And
I
so
mean,
he
me.
would, Tim Capello, duh. I mean,
I
we have to
mean,
bring him
yes.
back.
Agreed. I mean, if they remade it, that would be the only
That's the
choice
smart
there.
move to make. Yes.
That is the choice because it is, interestingly enough, kind of like the most iconic thing about this movie, even though
Yeah.
it's all
Type in
iconic.
the Lost Boys and
Mhm.
9
That- yeah.
pictures of this guy comes up. I love it.
Absolutely. I mean, those hips, the gyrations. Let's go. Like,
The chains, the glistening. Yes.
I
all of
love I love how we are so in sync yet so different at the
Mhm.
same time. like we are either right on
Yep.
or just so in the left field.
Yes.
Does
Mhm.
anybody have any changes or like I have 2 quick ones. Like if I were to do Grandpa, I'd probably do Bruce Stern.
Okay, that's a
And
good
I
one.
kind of-
Stern,
And I
yeah.
kind of also thought if my Max didn't work, Alan Ruck.
oh,
if you
okay.
from Succession or Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Spin
So-
City, yeah.
My
See-
grandpa, if I chose it, was going to be Ian McKellen.
Okay. That's a good one.
It just felt right to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any others. I don't have any others. I kind of like mine, but I would
Well,
definitely Daphne Keene would actually be a star. That would be.
I
that-
was really impressed
that
with
is
that
so
pick.
perfect.
I
No,
was like,
it's
oh my
so
God,
good.
Aaron. Yeah. He did good.
So smart. And yeah, this, I mean, like, I wonder, like, I can't help but wonder, like, what it's like for the casting directors who are, like, brought in for, like, a remake or a prequel or a sequel or legacy sequel or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
these
how do
things
you do
even
that?
are anymore. And, like, what they go through, like, thinking about this kind of stuff. Because,
Mhm.
I mean, of course, you have, like, your hot, like, young Hollywood stars and all of that. But then, I mean, I guess, like, some of us all sort of played in that playground a little bit. But
So I'm going to
Also-
suggest a show that would be The Studio on Apple.
okay.
Mm,
And there's a wonderful scene where they are casting the Kool-Aid movie. And they have to, how they are
told me about
casting it
this.
is absolutely hysterical.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm
So,
into it.
I'll send
I'll check
you
that
the
out.
clip for it, but it is. I think it's exactly what you say, and I recommend it for the audience as well. As the studio gives you a little bit of the behind the scenes of how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
The
And
cooler
like I
is
started
drank.
to say earlier, I think this is definitely like every week is hard, like with whatever topic we've chosen, but this was the hardest without question.
This was also a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah, this
very
Like
was
I had
fun.
a
fun.
whole bunch of fun doing
Mhm.
this.
I know my
And-
friend Aaron is probably going to expect phone calls if we do this again.
Oh no, I want to do this again. I like the
Mhm.
recast
Yes.
I like
for
this.
sure.
Yeah, this
And I
recast.
think-
Listeners, what do you recommend? What do you want to hear us recast?
Yes. Oh
Send
my
your
god, definitely.
comments.
Yeah, and also if you weren't on Twitter and didn't see Carly tweet this out, like, what are your choices for some of these? I would love to see what other people are choosing that maybe are not something that we chose. So
Mhm.
definitely leave that in the comments. And yeah, anything you would love to see us recast. Like, I have a
No
lot of
Zendaya.
ideas.
No Timothy Chalamet.
I'm not even mad at that.
I think
Like,
that's
I'm
the
okay
only
with
two
that,
rules
too.
that we had for this.
That was a self-imposed rule because I was like, man, it's so obvious. And a
And
couple
no
of mine were
Jacob
obvious,
Tremblay.
but yeah, maybe no.
No Jacob Tremblay because we
We've hit our limit. of
we
just-
ran
We
that
are-
into the ground, didn't
we
we?
We're
are
really not doing
retiring.
Pedro Pascal as well.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, no Pedro. But
We're looking at you, RP Lewis. We're looking at you.
but him and I had Johnny Depp in common, so I'll take that. I
Mhm.
think that's a badge of honor to match up with RP Lewis there.
Because I have to be honest, like, I mean, when Carly tweets them out, like, I do see like some of what people look, but like sometimes, like, I start to get in my head about it, and I'm like, oh, I don't want this to influence like what I'm doing.
That's
Mhm.
what
I'm
I'm trying
choosing.
not to watch. I'm like, oh my god, don't! I'm gonna get screwed up here. 'Cause-
Yeah, and it becomes like a weird thing where it's like it's interesting to see what people are choosing because I don't want to choose that, but also like I don't want it to like deter me from something I really, really like. I love
Mhm.
that. I love that it happens, and I love that we get that engagement and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I like kind of like I'm at a sort of weird like little like hot and cold with it, like as far as like what I'm choosing. I'm like, man, I'm easily influenced, guys. So
me too.
The next one will be we will recast Silence of the Lambs with cartoon characters.
oh, okay. I mean, would for sure.
I'm going to be sick during that.
What you don't want to see?
Just kidding.
You don't want to see Caillou as Dr. Hannibal Lecter?
Oh,
Yes.
jeez.
But no, that would be an amazing recast.
Kinda
for
need
sure.
that
Oh
now.
man!
And that keeps us out of like the young people category for a while too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, God.
Thank
Yeah, we
God.
just pick a movie with older characters.
Because I think I'm the one to blame for this. When we brought up this
Oh.
idea, I was like, I think it has to be
Lost
the Lost
Boys.
Boys, guys.
We're gonna,
Yes.
recast grumpy old men.
Aw. Harrison Ford in all
And
three
Mark Hamill.
roles.
exactly.
Yeah, and of course, it doesn't have to be horror movies, guys.
No.
Like anything that
Yeah, who do
like
you
or
want
would
us
like
to
see,
recast?
we're
Let's
curious
have some
about it.
fun. Like, because this
'Cause,
was
yeah.
a lot of fun. I'm glad we did
was.
this.
Definitely. All right. Anything else? Anyone else has to say before we get the fuck out of here tonight?
Is there anything coming out?
Ooh, what is coming out?
I'm just
Yeah,
seeing
I was-
Thunderbolts. I know, and that's the only thing.
I
That,
saw it.
yeah, I know, right?
No, but I mean, like Mission Impossible is coming out in a couple of weeks.
I cannot wait.
28 years later is coming out
I'm
in
excited for
June.
that.
Yeah,
Final
Uh,
Destination Bloodline this week.
I'm excited for that.
I feel like
For
I've already
sure.
watched the movie
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
watching the trailers.
that's true. But like
Alright.
honestly, Mission Impossible, guys, Dead
Mhm.
Reckoning Part 1. I know they changed this one to not be Dead Reckoning Part 2 or whatever. Like that was such an incredible time at the movies
Mhm.
that
was.
and I mean honestly, like the Mission Impossible series is like one that doesn't get as the love it deserves, in my opinion. It makes like money, but not like money.
Mhm.
And I think it's a series that deserves to like make big, gigantic, huge money because it's so wildly entertaining. They're so well done, and they're so like, it's just brilliant, like across the board. Like the
It's spy
acting, the
movies.
script, all, yeah, it's so good, and it's one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
So you have
And
a couple interesting things coming out this week. You have
Okay.
Clown in a Cornfield.
I can't wait.
Mm.
You have Fight or Flight with he was
Josh
from
Hartnett.
Josh
Trapped.
Hartnett.
I have not
Mhm.
heard of that.
We have
Yes,
the
I
Surfer.
actually, I want to see that.
With the surfer with Nicolas Cage.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's at my theater currently.
Let's see, that seems to be it for the new ones.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Clown in the Cornfield, and I've heard good things about it. And I don't know exactly what it's
It's
about,
so
but
stupid.
I think it's like a throwback 90s slasher.
I
Which
think it's about a clown. In
Clown and Cornfield. Yeah, I was
Okay,
about to
right.
say it might just be about that.
but I think it's like a whodunity slasher, which I'm
Oh.
very here for in every way.
I know how
Like,
to avoid getting killed. Just don't go in the cornfield.
Yeah, the cornfield.
Mm.
I mean, I think that's pretty fair too, for sure.
Yeah, they'll have the Latino version of Clown in a Maze.
God.
I swear to God.
We got to end. We got to
Yes,
end with
that's
that.
real.
Sorry, Coach. We got to end.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming back. And again,
Mhm.
leave your choices in the comments below for who you would recast, anything you'd like to see us do in the future. And this was fun as always, guys. And thank you for coming back, and we'll see you next week.
You see maze like it's a maze, and then there's corn.
Maze
And
with corn.
I swear to God.
There's a clown in the